With agric playing the major driver in the economy, it means we are still old time. You look at modern economics, intellectualism is the driver of the economy globally. You go to Finland, look at US, look at India, look at China. Nobody do bricks and mortar again. That's the thing. So I think we need to refocus our economic potentials from agric. That's just the truth. Now to agric playing a major role. Yeah, agric has a lot of potentials, and it can be unlocked by tapping into the complete chain. But as it is now, the government is turning agric into a dumping ground of the citizens. Keep telling everybody, go to agric, whether you're a doctor, go to agric, you're a lawyer, go to agric, you're an engineer, go to agric. Is that what the country needs? Is that what we want? Is that what we deserve? You want to find out that the agric should not be looked at from the perspective of the people involved, but in the efficiency. What do we produce per acre of land for maize? Does it match up with what is globally acceptable? How many tons do we achieve cassava-wise per hectare? Is it good enough? You will find out, if you look at all these indices, we are below the global average. We are the largest producer of cassava in the world, but we cannot sell our cassava outside Nigeria. Why? Because the price is too high. And why is the price too high? We are not running an efficient system. How many tractors do we have in Nigeria? For a population of about 200 million people, we have less than 300,000 tractors. Doesn't start tell us a story about what we are running? We still do brick and mortar. We still use our back and all these things to run our agric. So it's obviously, we could do better than what we are doing now with even less people. Look at an average farm in Netherlands. What's the size of Netherlands? They are the second biggest exporter of agric produce in the world. The total population is not up to Lagos. So what are we talking about? So why should we be clapping that agric is driving us? The population of Nigerians in agric doesn't make sense to what the outputs are correspondingly. So that's the thing. The government needs to look more into the efficiency of the value chain. That's the thing. Yes, a lot of raw materials could be gotten from agric. The government has to look at how we produce these raw materials from agric, ethanol, and so many things like that. But you don't need the population we have now. A commodity exchange could either trade future markets or trade physical. You'll find out that most of what we're trading in Nigeria, even FX, is physical. Because we have or we are lacking in some of the infrastructure that is needed to trade future. What are the infrastructure? Technology, human. Even the ordinary stock market, we're having problem of fraud. And for the commodity market, you need to have a very well-structured warehousing finance system, which integrity is unassailable. I can remember I did a draft of a law to the federal government, Federal Ministry of Commerce and Industry, then, on warehouse commodity thing, on the warranty system. It is only in Nigeria that you see a person who said his warrant is showing that he has cocoa, whereas what he has in the commodity in the warehouse is cashew. And there is no bank or buyer globally that would do business with you if they don't trust your integrity. So the first thing we need to do before we start talking about the warehousing commodity system, commodity exchange, is to strengthen our capability in terms of warehousing area. The integrity of our commodity warehouses should be impeccable. When a warrant, because the people who are trading in the commodity are not seeing the physical commodity. It is the paper, it's the warrant that they are discounting, premiuming, and things like that. So they should be able to rely on the warrant from the warehouse that says you have 100 metric tons of cocoa in the warehouse, and it is 100 metric tons, and it is cocoa, not cashew. I have conducted training to bankers in respect of warehousing. A lot of them don't even know these commodities they are financing. A lot of banks got their fingers burnt when they try to finance commodities because they lack the knowledge of commodity trading. So that is, you find out that FX, yeah, they are doing well, but can they not do better? Like we have said, agri is the major driver. A country where close to 40% of its agri produce becomes a waste tells you so much story about it. They are not doing anything. When mango is in season, even on my farm, you see mango everywhere. I always tell my staff, yeah, you people are, you don't know, go and sell it. But a month later, mango is nowhere to be found again. Doesn't that tell you something? When maize is there, we are all blowing the trumpets on the street. A month later, maize is nowhere. It becomes an essential commodity. So that tells you the government needs to do more about post-harvest handling, and that is where the exchange is supposed to come in, warehousing.